boy Jay Boogie.
What up, y'all? This is your boy Kimbo.
This is K and J with something to say.
There's something to say. Press play, baby.
All
Yes,
right, all
indeed.
right. So yeah, we just got finished talking about the Heat, you know what I mean, and all of the awards that my boys got snubbed for.
Yep.
But yeah, one award we probably knew where it was going to, and it was apparent all year that rookie of the year,
Rookie of the year.
Wembanyama.
Yeah,
But I mean, I
Wembanyama.
gotta say, man, it was deserving, man. That dude is he an alien, like everybody keeps saying he's something special.
Yeah, yeah, he is. And the crazy part about it is he was actually a runner or one of the leading guys for defensive player of the year, which I
So
don't know has ever been done for a rookie.
I probably not,
So
bro.
I don't think, and not in my lifetime. I mean, I'm sure maybe they have had, rookies, that came in and just made a splash, a big splash like that. But nah, he was literally, if you pulled up his stats and Rudy Gobert's stats, he might have had him, he might have edged him in a little bit, as far as the
Mm,
blocks. I know he did because, like I said, this dude is like, he damn near looking in the rim without
yeah,
even jumping. So, he getting a lot of blocks. Um,
and his wingspan is ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. Ridiculous, bro.
Man, that boy.
Probably like,
I'm
probably like
surprised he
nine
not dunk.
feet.
Man, I'm surprised he not dunking from the free throw line every night, man.
Yeah, I don't think his joints. His joints won't allow it. He's over 7 feet tall, kind of lanky. So, but I've seen some plays where all he had to do was just throw it close to the rim, and all he did literally is just jump and just maybe not even jump an inch off of the ground, literally. And
Hmm.
he dunking it in there. So yeah. Wimby is very deserving now. Of course, the other candidates, of course, one of our guys, Jaime
Was he
Jaquez.
was he number two?
I think he was number three behind
Was he
Chet
Chet?
Holmgren.
Yeah, I
And he's
guess
not.
because
I mean, technically
he a
he's a
rookie,
rookie
yeah, because he didn't
because he
play
didn't
last
play
year.
last year, but this is really his second year.
Yeah,
So, and Chet is actually playing good for them
yeah.
boys in OKC. Yeah.
And he,
So
yeah, no, and he the only one. That's funny. He the only one that's still in it. At least we made it to the playoffs.
right,
Spurs didn't, but
Spurs didn't. Spurs didn't. Like I say, when it comes to the criteria, you know, I would just like to know, what would you have to do? But I think again, it's a regular season award.
hmm
So they're not basing it on if you make it to the postseason or, if you happen to, win the NBA championship or anything like that. So
yeah, and that little when Jaime hit that wall, he did hit a little rookie wall this
he
year.
did. He did.
Not as potent as he was, early on.
Starting. Yeah. 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 He started to kind of fizzle out a little bit. He did get an injury. I don't remember what happened, but you remember before the All Star break, he had hurt himself, and they didn't know if he was going to be back because he was a participant,
Oh
you know,
yeah, he was supposed to be in dunk contest. Yeah,
in the
no,
dunk
he was.
contest.
He was in dunk contest.
Yeah, he came back. He came back, but I know he was out for a little spell, and I think that slowed
They
him
probably,
down.
yeah, they probably hurt his chances a little bit.
I think that slowed him down a little bit because he was playing just as well as Chet and Wemby, if not
Hmm.
better.
Yeah, he
So
definitely hit that wall.
yeah, nonetheless, yeah, he did hit a little wall, and he could never really get back, to
Hmm.
where he was. But hey, everything is all a learning experience. It's just a learning
Yeah,
curve for
especially
him.
your fir-
So
especially your first season. You know what I'm saying?
your
He
first
definitely
year,
got a lot of room to grow. Um,
absolutely,
I just
absolutely.
I just wonder, how was it, him being a rookie and being a part of the Heat and knowing all the success they had last year, them
Mhm.
pretty much, getting gentlemen swept in the first round.
Yeah.
If it was you, bro, how much time would you take out before you got back in the lab?
Man, I'm probably not taking much, bro. But that's just the competitive nature in me. I probably, in all honesty, I probably would take maybe a week or two.
Bro, for real,
But
just a week or two, then get back in the lab?
I'm back at it, bro. But you know, this, and we're talking about your life. This is a lifestyle. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
part. It's just the way you earn a living. So, like a video that I watched, you know, back like early '90s. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was Jam Session or what it was, but it was Carl Malone, and he said, "Every day I don't build myself up, I know somebody else out there, you know, ready to knock me down."
Hmm.
So, and that's so true. It's like every day that you, whatever it is, you know, every day that you're not trying to get better, it's always somebody out there that's, you know, that's a little bit hungrier
Hmm.
or more hungry, you know, and that's willing to, you know, put in the extra time, the extra effort to be great. And the only way you're going to be great is
Putting in the work.
you got to put in the work. You have to.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to.
I'll probably, I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably take about three and then,
And get back to it. But I
yeah.
would definitely be doing it before the training camp because you know training camp starts at a certain time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I would definitely. I'd say a week, but it could be two. You know, but either way, it ain't. I'm not taking much time.
Nah,
I'm getting that personal trainer, whether
bro,
it's a
like,
Tim Grover or whoever, you know, one of the best.
yeah.
Get me on point.
And I'm thinking, me being the family man, I probably do, at the most, I'll probably do a month, you know what I'm saying? Get a good, time in with the family
The
and
fam,
then,
sure.
and then, weight room, running, getting shots up, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Doing foot drills to be better on because man, you know how we used to do it back in the day. Boy, I was once I got in my groove, boy, I was like I love playing defense, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, and working on my shot. So yeah,
yeah,
man, about a
yeah.
good month and then, getting back into it.
Right. Now, not saying that I would go all the way through,
Mhm,
but if training camp, just say for example, training camp usually starts in September, something like that.
mhm.
I would start, you know, just because, you know, everything is still fresh and, you know, you're still feeling the emotions of losing and
Damn, do
everything
we
like
have?
that.
Yeah, it's about September. Do we? Yeah. I ain't think
Because the
off
season starts
season.
in October or the end of October going into November. So I
Wow.
think training camp is like a month and a half to 2 months. So I,
Damn,
I
we
want to
got
say
that long to wait.
September.
We got that
Yeah,
long to wait. God
yeah,
damn.
yeah. We got a long ways, but you know, NFL, you
Dang.
know, NFL is
Yeah.
is here. You know, is coming around the corner. So you know, watch
You
a
know
little
what it
football
is? Cause
in the
we got,
meantime.
you know what I'm saying? It's the early exit. So now, we usually watching basketball and then, you know, make it to the either the finals or the
The
Eastern Conference
finals or
finals.
conference finals.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Then it's not too
yeah.
long before the draft and whatnot. So dang,
Right.
boy, we got
Yeah. So
we
I'm
got a
saying
little
in
while.
this case, in this situation, like an early exit, yeah, you got to start early because you got put out early and you didn't even,
Hmm.
you know, you didn't even I didn't feel like they played, you know, to their potential, meaning
I
Bam
don't think
and
so.
Tyler Hero. I didn't feel like they played to their potential. I felt like they could have given a lot more, even though Bam did play well,
Hmm.
but you could always do more. And I
Yeah.
felt like both of those guys with nobody else, basically, as far as like star caliber players,
Hmm.
they should have averaged like 30 apiece.
That would have been great. That would
That's
have
just me,
that would have definitely
you know,
gave
because
a lot of people to talk, a lot of people something good to say about Bam because
yeah,
he
yeah,
because he gets so overlooked all the time. You know what I'm saying? Bam get overlooked all the time, and of course,
yeah.
us being Heat fans and Tyler Herro, he always on the dang on trading block, which
Seemed like
I
he
don't
always getting talked about all the time.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think he won't be on the trading block this year.
I don't think he's
So
getting traded. I don't think he's getting traded. Honestly, I
man,
think I think
we
Pat Riley. I think Pat Riley is very fond of the kid. and he likes his work ethic. And
But did
honestly, honestly, like we've discussed on many occasions, I don't know if he's a proven starter yet, as of yet. I think he's
even
better coming off of the bench.
mm-hmm.
I think he's better coming off of the bench and maybe letting Duncan start, and
And
let's
that's
do it
what U
like that.
Dog said. That's what UD said. He said, he's a good, and we even spoke about it. He's a great six man. He's a
Yeah.
great six man. Give a good spark off the bench. And I hope
Mm.
if he's not moved, I hope he does.
That.
I hope he sees that, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because obviously you had the chance. And I can't even really defend him now because that's my guy. I always speak very highly of him. So,
Hmm.
I got all the faith in the world in him that he's gonna, turn out to be, you know, a great player in the NBA. But he had a chance to really, prove himself,
Shut everybody up,
to
including
shut
myself.
everybody up, all the naysayers and everything. He had one great game, 24 and what, 14, 15 assists. That was game
Hmm.
two. That was it.
That was
The,
it.
the the other games he had like 11, 16, I think, in one. Maybe might have had 18 in another. I don't know, which is not bad.
Not
But
bad, but
when you don't
yeah.
have anybody there,
And you supposed to be the it guy. You know what I'm
you're supposed
saying?
to be the new kid on the block, up and coming. Yeah, you're supposed to show. You're supposed to shine bright. You
And
know,
one of the things I think, if he not in the lab, I really do think that boy ought to be in the weight room.
he definitely need to be in the weight room. No question about it. I know they said he put on about 10 pounds. 10 pounds is not enough.
Mm-mm.
He needs to put on at least 20.
Yeah, at the very least 15. At the
Yeah.
very least 15.
Because you don't want to, obviously you don't want to put it on that weight. Obviously it can affect
Hmm.
how you move and how you jump and how you shoot and all of that. So obviously you don't want to do too much to where those things are gonna is gonna hurt you.
Right.
So I think 20, 15, like you said, I think that's a good amount. So
Yeah, because he was
yeah.
because even in the Bulls game, Kobe White like ripped the ball out of his hands a couple of times. Of course, DeRozan gonna do it because DeRozan like way bigger than him.
Yeah,
So,
he got him by, yeah, yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
he and I had a feeling that's what was gonna happen against Boston. Uh, if he running point, and who's on the other side running point, that doggone Drew Holiday, he's a thick guy himself. So
He is. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Drew. I was hoping we could have got him, but we know how that
Well,
played out.
yeah, we know why we didn't get him.
We definitely know
So
why we didn't get him. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it worked out great for Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told a Boston fan that in the Bleacher Report community, man. It's just like, you know, I forget what the conversation was, but I think that I don't know. It might have been the same dude that was laughing about Jimmy getting hurt. You
Mm,
know what I mean? I'm like, bro, and I said anybody, whoever fan base,
whoever.
you laughing about somebody getting hurt, man. You a shit human being. You know what I'm saying?
Come
Pardon my
on,
French,
man.
but
You have to be.
yeah, and it's like because you and I said it when Tatum he got injured game 7 last year. We was just like,
Sprained his
nah.
ankle, sprained his
We
ankle. Yeah.
knew, yeah, I didn't want to see it,
No.
but we also knew what the outcome was going to be. Oh, that he only won
Only one. Yep.
because
Yep.
Tatum got hurt when he got hurt in the game. Jimmy Butler
Hmm.
didn't even see a game this year.
He didn't. He was nowhere near that
N-
series at all.
None of our
So
guys, not Jimmy, not
not
Rozier, not Josh. None of
not
them
Josh.
saw the play in nor the playoffs.
Nope. So totally different. Totally different.
So,
You
but
can't
but
even
for
you
your
can't
guy,
even compare the two.
right?
So
And
right.
Tatum tried to play in Game 7. He didn't get hurt and then leave.
Right. Yeah. He
You
tried to
know what I'm
go,
saying? He tried to go. So it is
but he couldn't.
two totally different things, man.
Right. Yeah.
But
So totally different things.
somebody who probably could have won either MVP or most improved player. Your boy Jalen Brunson going off for the Knicks, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Boy, boy, oh boy.
that
That
boy
boy
something
there is
serious.
he is
I
something
didn't,
serious,
and
man.
honestly, when he was a free agent, you kept talking about him. I knew he was okay. I knew he was good. I didn't think he was this good.
This good. Yeah, man. He was with Dallas. Dallas made it. The crazy and strange thing about it is Dallas made it to the Western Conference Finals. His hit the year he was there. I don't know. I don't remember how many years he was there. He was there, but they made it to the Western Conference Finals.
They
And
did.
then literally the next season, they're letting them walk. Why? I mean, I know you guys love Luca, but I mean, of course, you want to accommodate your best player. It
Hmm.
makes sense. You want to do it, but Jalen Brunson, man, that kid is a stud. You know what I mean? He is an absolute stud, and he showed it and proved it in that, in his years in Dallas. He already showed it. So it's like you let him walk. I mean, granted, you got Kyrie now, so is it an upgrade? Some people may say yeah, some people may say, no. Um, but to let him walk, that was just stupid. That was just
Yeah,
dumb.
it was that. It was definitely dumb. It's giving Harden walking away, not walking away, but Harden leaving OKC back in the day.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody knew Harden was good, but then Harden ended up being great.
Boy, he wound
And
up being sheesh. But he was coming, remember, he was coming off the bench in
yeah,
OKC. He wasn't a starter yet.
they
So
but he had starter minutes though. He
yeah,
really
he
got
still
starter
played a
minutes.
lot of minutes. Yeah, 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 yeah. He still played a lot of minutes.
And bro, before
But
we go any further, I know I sent you the thing what Gilbert Arenas was saying about LeBron and Heat culture. You remember?
I kind of remember, but you may have to refresh my memory a little bit.
Oh
But I do
man, I
kind of remember.
wish because I don't want to take
I
no time, but it
I
was
remember the
he pretty
video
much he pretty much said
uh,
if
about how he
if it
took the
was
Heat culture with him or something like
yeah, he
that.
took the Heat culture with him, but he kind of did. It was a point made. It was a point made. I'm gonna say this because basically his golly, the word is leaving me, but his point was that LeBron was the culture. If the Heat had a culture, they would have been winning without LeBron.
which they did before he got there. So basically,
They,
I think
they
it's coming. I think it's coming back to me. I think basically what he's saying is basically like they were saying how Miami Heat made LeBron James,
hmm
not the other way around. And like I said, I beg to differ because the Miami Heat absolutely made LeBron James. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So you could pull up his 7, 8 years before he got to Miami. What did he do? He made it to one finals, got swept. I mean, yeah, he was young. Do I give him a pass on that? A little bit, but he was still good
hmm
enough to make it there. Dwayne
hmm
Wade made it there,
Yeah.
huh? Dwayne Wade made it there with a I wouldn't call it a mediocre team, but you got a old Antoine Walker, a old Gary Payton, a old well not quite old Jason Williams. Of course, Shaq
hmm
he was kind of Shaq wasn't the Shaq of
He wasn't the Black Tornado.
he wasn't the Shaq of the Lakers. I'm sorry, he just wasn't. So Dwayne Wade literally had to average damn near 40 points in the last 4 games because they went down
hmm
0-2 in that series. He literally had to average
hmm
about 40 points in order for them to win
And
that
they were definitely a
finals.
better team. Dallas, and I hate to admit this, Dallas they had a better team that year.
They did.
And to your point, yes, 3 years in the NBA,
23 years old
Dwayne Wade got a championship in the Miami Heat uniform.
with the
And
Miami Heat,
when was the first time LeBron got a championship in the Miami Heat uniform?
with the Heat, with the Heat.
So and that same game plan, the same culture, he tried to
Mhm.
take with him back to Cleveland,
To Cleveland,
1-1.
yeah, he did.
Took
He
that
did.
same took that same culture to
The same
LA,
culture.
1-1. You know what I mean?
1-1.
So yes, it
Mhm.
is a culture. It is you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And of course we gonna get talked about, laughed about, all that this year because of what happened. You know, we come out with the Heat culture jerseys and it kind of
Yeah.
backfired on us. Okay, you can't win them all, you know what I
Right.
mean? But
Yeah.
of course, all we need, everybody know, we just need one more score, one more guy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
maybe you don't need to be a superstar.
Probably don't.
Somebody who I keep saying I would love to see, DeMar freaking DeRozan. If to me, three guys I would love to see in Miami Heat uniform.
Mhm.
DeMar DeRozan, still John Collins because he's from Florida,
Okay. I like that.
and
John
Dwight Howard.
Collins.
Like
Yeah.
none of you, right, and then of course it's not KD, it's not
Nope.
Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? It's not definitely not Ant-Man.
I don't think we need players like that. I think, like you said, even DeRozan may be a bit much, but it's a good move because um, Jimmy Butler won't have to work as hard.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, we want to try to preserve him as much as we can. For the whole playoff Jimmy thing. So he says not a thing, but either way, to add another star, like you said, would definitely help the Heat. And him not having to burn himself out, in the regular season, playing 35, 40 minutes or what have you. So,
Right. And
so
I mean, he really don't have to, man. Like, if he
he
just
don't.
give us a solid 2025 on a given night, solid 2025, act like you want to play. Because in some
Yeah,
games he go in there and just he passing the ball, passing the ball,
he,
passing the
yeah,
ball.
yeah. Looking
Really
like he's
not
not
being
engaged in the game at all.
at
So,
all, bro. And
yeah,
if you the leader, they following you. The
they
team is
following
following
you,
you.
right?
So, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of the stuff, this year I put on Jimmy. You know what I mean? Because
You have to,
we know what you are, and then we know who you are or what
right?
you're capable of, especially when the lights are on. Lights are big. Lights
Right.
are bright. I should say
Yeah.
lights are bright.
The
And
lights are bright. Yeah.
for the most part, Jimmy, you show improve. But you know what I'm saying? You have to be that guy, dude. You
Right.
got to be that guy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, do we need a KD? Do we need a Donovan Mitchell? I don't know.
Or PG
I did
13.
a PG-13. I would, out
Yeah.
of the three I just named, I would rather PG-13.
Yeah.
Um, I know it won't happen, but I would love if we was able to get PG-13 and Dame. And I say on, and you know why I only say Dame. I say Dame only because he wanted to come and
He
he
did.
got snubbed. Like the one thing everybody say do, Dame did.
Hmm.
He named the Heat, didn't want to go anywhere else.
Nope.
He didn't say anything. He stood on business, and of
Yep.
course, we all see how that played out.
Boy, I tell you.
And I honestly believe dude still want to be in the Miami Heat uniform.
I think he do too. But I don't know if you heard the latest. I don't know how true
What's
it
that?
is. He had got hurt
Mm-hmm.
in that series.
Mm-hmm.
To my understanding, I know they were saying something about a calf or whatever, but I think it turned out to be an Achilles injury. He didn't tear it or anything like that, but kind of did, like, when Kevin Durant had kind of,
Mm-hmm.
was it a couple years ago? Few, actually, a couple. I'm talking about a couple, maybe a few, about 4 or 5 years ago, when he hurt himself and then he tried
Yeah.
to come back too soon,
Right.
and then he wound up tearing it. Yeah, I think it was something like that.
Oh
So
no.
I don't know how severe it is, but like I said, I don't know how true it is, because you know how some of these websites,
Mm-hmm.
be just posting stuff just to post, and they don't even really have their facts straight. But yeah, I heard something about an Achilles injury.
Mm.
So
That's
if that
unfortunate.
were the case,
You might as
I
well
don't
stay
think,
away from him.
yeah, yeah,
And then plus him being definitely being on the wrong side of 30, definitely got to stay away from it, man. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
man, those are my guys, and of course, I keep saying Larry Marketing, everybody want. I mean, he does look good. He does look great at, in Utah and what he's doing
In
and
Utah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. Nice player, nice stretch four or five,
Hmm.
whatever you want to call him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think,
If,
bro, I
if
mean,
we
I
could,
think we could because we can still get good and be cheap. Like
yeah,
I would love here another one. You know what I'm saying? If all else fails with the center, big man, like if we miss out on Howard,
mhm.
don't sign because we can't miss out on him because it won't
You
take
can't
nothing
miss
to
out. He's a
sign.
free. He's out. He's sitting
But
at
if
home.
if
You
they
know,
don't if they don't do that, like
right?
if we can't get like Nick Claxton, I would because the way that boy played defense and rebound, because again, we soft on the boards, man.
Yeah,
We don't have the young Kevin Love. You know what I mean? We don't have that
got
monster
no
Kevin Love from
size.
Minnesota.
Yeah,
You
we
know
ain't
what I
got no
mean?
size, and that's kind of how it's always been with Miami. Is as far as like with the small ball play,
Hmm.
because we were playing it with the big three. Remember, we ain't never had no dominant big man. I mean, Chris Bosh was a center, but he's not really a center. He's
Nope.
really a power forward.
Right.
But they played him as a center, just to kind of stretch the floor. So yeah, I mean it's a good move. Like you said, you got to have the personnel.
Hmm.
You have to have
Yeah.
the personnel in order to play that style of play and that style of ball. And Miami just don't have it. Not with this team.
Mm-mm. I
No.
mean, because when Jimmy first got there, Tyler was
Mhm.
just getting there. Duncan was coming into his own. So we, what I'm saying, Dragic was starting to hit the 3-point shot at a
Yeah.
great rate.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So then we had what was the boy name? I know it's not DeMar Carroll. What's the boy name? He a journeyman now with the beard like yours and the locks.
Crowder.
Crowder, yeah, Crowder. So we had Crowder. He was hitting the three ball pretty decent.
He was.
Then after he left, you know what I mean, we had PJ Tucker hitting the three ball pretty decent. So,
He played.
you
He had
know,
some good years. Put some good
yeah.
years in. Yeah. Hmm.
So I mean, it was working. You like you say, you have to have shooters first and foremost. You
Yeah.
got to have shooters to play small ball to open
Facts.
up. You got to open up the lanes.
Facts.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, with Tyler being hurt a bunch this year, um, Duncan,
Everybody was hurt.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
people love to key in on Duncan. That boy sometimes he can't breathe.
Yeah. He re- he really
Sometimes
can't sometimes. I tell
sometimes
you.
that boy can't even breathe out there. But
Right.
this season it is what it is, man. We could talk about the Heat all day and all night.
We really can. We really can, bro. We really can.
We could talk about them all night, bro.
We can.
So who
But
you who you who you picking out of the Pacers and Knicks series, dude?
that's a good question, man. Obviously, I feel like New York, they done picked up some steam.
Hmm.
Obviously they're missing one of their guys, Julius Randle.
Oh, they still missing them?
Um,
Okay.
yeah, they're still missing. I think he's done. I think he wound up doing the surgery. So, like Josh Richardson. So he's out for the rest of the year. And now I just learned that the other center, what's his name, Robinson,
Yeah,
whatever his
Mitchell.
name is,
Yeah.
Mitchell. Yeah, he's gonna be out for a few weeks, probably like 4 to 6 weeks.
Come on, man. Because if
I
they
don't know
make
what
it,
happened to him or what he did, but yeah, they said something about him he's gonna be out. So now you got to rely on Harkenstein is his name?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He's something like that. Yeah, and he's decent.
Hmm.
He's good for them. Nice little kind of like a role player. You know, you can give him some lobs, and he'll go out there and hustle, give you some
Yeah,
blocks, and
yeah, yeah.
give you effort. He's gonna give you effort. But this team, New York, on paper, they probably shouldn't beat the Pacers because Pacers are healthy. I mean, yeah, Halliburton, I think he's a little hobbled. Um,
Really?
I think I think he's a little hobbled. I don't know exactly what his problem or what his issue is, but I think he's a little hobbled. But besides that, You got Turner, you got Siakam. Come on, man. They probably have a better team than the Knicks on paper. But you know, a lot of times it's all about guts. It's all about effort.
Yeah,
And
they keep letting that boy Mighty Mouse get off for 40. Yeah,
for real, keep
they
that.
gonna
It's boy,
they
man.
gonna they gonna be at home with us.
They're gonna be home. I'm telling you.
But honestly, I don't know. I think it still don't matter whoever wins that series because you still got to play Boston,
You got to
and
go
you
probably
still
through
gotta
Boston.
you still
So
gotta
you
play.
already basically writing off the Cavaliers. You don't think they got it.
Let me see what they do this next game.
Yeah,
But the ball can't keep getting stuck in Donovan's hands, man. He gonna have to learn how to be a playmaker, not a shot maker,
yeah,
because it's possible to be both.
it is. It is.
He
He could.
just
That's not his role. I don't think that's his style. That's not his ammo per se. But some, like you say, sometimes you got to learn how to, be, you know, it's just like sometimes you got to learn how to play without the ball.
mhm.
You're always used to the ball in your hands all the time.
that
Nah.
that he
So
is.
yeah,
So let me ask you this, bro.
You got Garland over there, who's a nice playmaking point guard.
Hmm.
Obviously they missing Jarrett. That's his name, right? Jarrett or Garrett.
Dang, they are. Jared
They
Allen,
missing
yeah,
him. Jarrett Allen. They missing him. So obviously that's gonna hurt them.
definitely. It hurts
So
them more missing Jared Allen than it hurts the Boston Celtics missing Porzingis.
Porzingis, I agree. I agree. Because
Because Mobley not he not what he was his what was that his rookie year
rookie
when
year.
they had pretty much the twin tower thing going on in Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good, little, good little thing for them in that year. Obviously they fell a little short, but yeah, Porzingis, Boston, I think they can still manage without him because obviously you still got old reliable Al Horford over there
Yeah,
still
Lord.
kicking. That boy's still kicking. It's still crazy and amazing at the same time because it's like I know he's got to be close to 40. And he's still out there looking
Hmm.
youthful and seem like he's just still having fun and just,
He added that 3-point shot,
got that
but
3-point shot. Yeah. That he
a
knocks
big
down
part.
pretty consistently, might I add.
Yeah,
He hits it pretty, at a pretty high clip. So, but yeah. So they don't need Porzingis, but I think they would need him to win it all, I
yeah,
would say.
definitely.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
bigger, I mean, and then even that, a bigger surprise is that boy Derek White. You know what I'm saying? He had a big game last game too.
Yeah, but he's obviously been a Miami Heat killer because he's just been every time Miami plays them, you always gotta account for him. He for
Hmm.
some reason he just sometimes you just gear up and you just get excited when I think that's how he feels when he plays against Miami.
Yeah,
So um so yeah, but yeah, Derek White, man, he's he's been good for them boys all year. And of course the first round of the playoffs against Miami, he was lights out. And I expect him to continue to play, that way. So he got the confidence. He's got the skills to, and he can shoot the three ball pretty good.
hmm
So yeah, he's definitely gonna still play, this same way, this same style. I don't see him, falling off of, that or playing any differently. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be a big key factor for them, moving forward.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who
Absolutely.
let me ask you this. If
Mm.
I know it won't happen, but if you could start, I don't want to say start a franchise, but if you could choose one out of Brunson and Donovan Mitchell, who you choosing?
Mhm. Um, you mean just picking just me like a general manager, just trying to start a team, start a franchise?
See, I want to say that, but then I know like if we could, one of them want to come to the Heat. Let's in the perfect world, both of them want to come to the Heat, but we can only choose one.
And we can only choose one.
Yeah.
Do we have to do? Would we have to trade away anybody,
Nah,
or we
they
still keep
want
the
to
team?
they want to come to the Heat, but like we only got enough money to sign one of them.
Okay.
And you like pretty much you got to flip a coin, you know what I'm saying, to add to this team right now.
Okay. Well, I'm probably picking Brunson. I'm probably picking Brunson. Yeah, because uh, obviously he's a very intelligent player, point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, he's a score first point guard, which I guess that's that's the style. That's the way they play now. So the traditional point guard is almost non-existent.
The last one is Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, basically. So yeah. So but to add him on the Heat, you can move Terry Rozier to the shooting guard. You know what I mean? So you can move him to the two, maybe move Duncan to the three. You can put Jimmy at the four. I mean, he could play power, and Bam could play the five. Or if you want to just mix it up and maybe include Tyler in it, as a small forward, which probably wouldn't be ideal because he's kind of on the small side
Already, yeah.
um, already. But
And see, and then, even talking like that, what you saying, everything you saying, I'm like, dang, boy, we little. That would be
small,
a small, small lineup.
small
Because
team.
because Rozier and Hero would have to go to the bench, in my opinion. In my opinion, both of them have to go to the bench. Like Terry be the point guard. Um, Tyler have to be the shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else fall into place. Like that would be with that lineup you just said, bro. That is a tiny lineup. We are getting if the other team is big, that's now we might be able to
We got speed. We would have speed on our
might be
side.
able to run with a young team, might be able to run with OKC. But you talking
Yeah,
about playing who we talking about playing out west? Nah, that won't cut it.
that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna cut it. I know it. It won't. Too small, too little.
Hmm.
So definitely need some size. But yeah. Well, I mean, if you put it like that, maybe Donovan would probably be the ideal pick because he's not, even though he's not a point guard, he is definitely a shooting guard. But
He not a point. He sure be bringing the ball up like a point
he
guard.
do. But remember, the days of traditional point guards are kind of, like we
Yeah,
said, they it's like
null and void.
it's like null and void. Yeah, it's like no position is like it used to be. Like point guards will always bring the ball up. Shooting guards will always pretty much shoot the ball. But now everything is all mixed and matched now.
Hmm.
So you got forwards bringing up the ball. Hell, you got centers bringing up the ball. Well, that's what they label them as, centers. But yeah. So yeah. So the whole traditional um, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, as we knew it, back in like the 80s and the 90s,
Hmm.
it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply to this generation. So
Nah,
not at all.
but
Mm-mm.
it's just funny, with the evolution of the big man, stretch fours, and you wanted your centers to shoot threes. Right now, to beat the freaking Denver Nuggets, it's like you might not need an old school way of playing, but you definitely need big man, big
You need a
men,
big
I should
man.
say. Not a big man, you need big
More than
men. You
one.
need, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna need somebody to throw at him, and then just in case, because he's so well versed with and so intelligent, his basketball IQ, he can pass, he can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just so happen to stop him to where he has to pick up his dribble, you might need another tall man just to like put his hands up so he
Yeah.
can't see who to pass it to. You know what I
Right.
mean? Divert him a little bit. Because if you like say Bam on him and you
Mm-hmm.
Bam 6'9", your next tallest player 6'6", 6'7", this
Yeah.
dude's 7 foot, he can see over them easy.
See over everybody. You talking about picking them apart? He picked them apart. literally.
And especially, like when you're talking about somebody like Tyler, who don't, he might be what Tyler, what 6'5", 6'5", six
Six.
six.
He's actually. I think they listed him at 6'6", 6'7". I
So,
don't know,
but then
but
he has a very average wingspan. So it's
yeah,
like that pass gonna get over him
yeah,
real easy. So
yeah, yeah. We
yeah,
need
man.
size. I hope Poe and Pat Riley and Mickey Harrison and I hope the whole staff, the organization is looking at this Denver, um, Minnesota series to see,
I hope so too.
what it takes and what you need in order to be, I think in order to be successful. So, because you're gonna meet one of these teams,
Hmm.
you know. I anticipate and I expect them to come back stronger and maybe possibly represent the East again and make it to the finals. But you're probably gonna have one of them waiting on you.
Let me ask you this: since you say you just okay, you said you think we might have enough. Then you just said revamping. Who, if not all, hopefully not all, who are your untouchables right now on the Heat? Who are your untouchables that you wouldn't want, who you have to see on the Heat next year? Who are your untouchables?
Mhm. Well, I guess for me, I feel like I feel like I wouldn't want to trade any of them. But if I were to keep, I would just say four guys, the untouchable guys. It would be Jimmy, Bam, Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
and Rozier, Terry. I think those four is
Man,
good enough. That's a good enough four right there that can compete with a lot of people, a lot of teams and do pretty well. So, but of course, like you said, we Heat guys. I don't want to trade any of them because I don't think we didn't get a chance to have a full season, you know, with the team that we newly revamped. So Terry we acquired before the deadline, you
mm-hmm.
know. So obviously we didn't get enough time with him. And of course, Josh Richardson, he was playing good and he was coming into his own. Then he wound up getting hit, with the injury bug, and he was out February, whatever month it was, and then he was done.
Mm-hmm.
So then Jimmy was kind of in and out of the lineup, here and there. So it was like Tyler was out for about 2 3 months. So just injuries, man, injuries. I feel like we should give this team a go. Well, who we have now, I think we should give it a go. Now, if we can add another guy, great. But we should give this team a full training camp and you know see what they really can do. Next
Like
season.
to your point, PG-13 I think will be a good addition, but like I keep saying it's like the same thing every year. We don't have a lot of cap space, so we will probably have to because and then like you said, Caleb is and
He's going to be a
we'll
free
have
agent
to
as
we'll
well.
have to
Yeah,
re-sign him. So it's like we will have to in order to get PG if that is at all possible.
if that's possible, it is because he is a free agent. But the
We will
question
have to,
is,
we can't,
how much money is he going to be asking for? Is he
yeah.
asking for the max, or is he just saying, okay, well, if I come to Miami, Jimmy, Bam obviously didn't do his extension. You still got Caleb, so can they work something out to where those four guys, we can still keep them. You know,
It's gonna,
'Cause
man, it's gonna be
Jimmy's
tough.
Jimmy's contract is already set. Didn't mean to cut you off. Jimmy, remember he signed for 4 years, so he still got 2 years left on his original contract.
Hmm.
So
Well, that's good.
this extension is just like I said, it's just an extension. So he may he wants to he wants more money. or he want to see if he can get more money. So it has nothing to do with the original contract. So he still has 2 seasons to play. So his 2 years is until up to what 26, 27 season after after the 26, 27 season. So Jimmy technically is already he's already accounted for. He's already he's already has his money. So if
I
we want to be
think
technical,
my my ones that I don't want to see going from the Heat.
mm-hmm.
It's funny, man. Like, of course, I'm not you. I ain't gonna say I want Jimmy traded. So I'll say Jimmy. I'm not gonna say I want Jimmy traded, like, because if he is, of course, it's a bunch of speculation.
Right.
I do think he will warrant a lot for us to where, because and off topic real quick, the OGs they was talking about OKC, like how they are a good team right now, and they just they are set up for the future with all the draft picks they got.
Yeah.
So I think, if we were to trade Jimmy, what I'm saying, we could probably get some picks for him. But,
But you already know how Rouse is.
yeah, yeah, he don't like
Draft
picks no
picks.
way. So I
He
mean, but we
don't
can
like
use
them.
it, we can use it for somebody. But Jimmy
Yeah.
Bam, for me,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Bam, Jovic, and Jaime. Those are four I would say, I would want to see.
Untouchable. Well, of course, they're not trading Jaime. I didn't even include him because remember he's still under a rookie contract. So
Man, who
so
was
te-
yours again? You said Jimmy. You said Jimmy because I swear you said Jaime. Jimmy Bam.
Jimmy, Terry, Jimmy
Oh,
Bam,
Terry. Okay, you said Terry. Yeah,
Terry,
Terry and Tyler.
and Tyler.
So okay, so Jimmy Bam, Jovic.
Because Jaime's still under a rookie contract.
Yeah, so he not going nowhere.
He's
So
not going anywhere anyway.
damn, dude, I have
I
no
think
idea who
Joe.
my
I think Jovic is too. This is only his second year.
is it?
Is it or is it his third? But I know
I think it's just
rookie contracts is 4 years. I think it's four
dang.
years. Yeah, 4 or 5.
Is
So
it his? Is it his? I thought it was his third.
it could be his third. It could be. That sounds
Okay.
about right. Well, you know what? I don't know because they were just talking about how he, just graduated high school and how he, and all this stuff about his age, being so young, 20 years old. So yeah, it's probably his second year. I want to say could be. Maybe his third. Maybe.
When was the last time we had a pick? Because I know, last year. So yeah,
Pick Jaime.
before
We picked
last year,
Jaime.
before
Yeah.
Jaime.
Wow. Let me see.
Because wasn't that Jovic?
We did pick Jovic. I think we picked him. Matter of fact, Jovic was a low pick, but a lot of people were saying how they felt like Miami. That was kind of like a steal of the draft. You
Mm-hmm.
know, picking a player that caliber, like of a Jaime. I mean, of a Jovic. But yeah, I think we drafted him in 2022.
So okay, so
I
there's
think
2 years then.
he's 2 years in. I think.
Okay, so
I think.
all right, so Bam, since
So it had to
Jovic,
be someone like Richardson or Highsmith.
yeah,
You
that ain't
know,
that, that ain't go, that ain't go, that ain't go. Bam, Bam, Jimmy.
Orlando. Who I like. I
I
like
say
Orlando.
Josh, Bam, Josh, Jimmy. I don't know, so
Duncan.
I would say Duncan, bro. I mean,
So you
yeah,
like Duncan? Yeah.
I
You like. I
still
like Duncan
think.
too. So.
Because he made a stride this year. He definitely made a stride. I can only see him getting better. And of
Mhm.
course, I'm a fan of big bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
he's six
big
eight.
body, the big bodies. I just think, yeah, bro. I just think with him, because if he get it to come together on the other side of the ball, with him
Yeah.
being as tall as he is and as long as he is, I mean, dude, that could only be great for us. Like, don't get me wrong. I just like I told you, bro, I enjoyed the whole Terry Rozier thing, but the thing it scared me with him not even playing basketball, getting injured and missing a lot of time. That cannot be good. I think that's just about as untouchable as Dame and his injury.
Mm.
So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it for him, you know what I mean? But
Right.
at this point, we'll probably have to, and I don't even, maybe we, because like I said, we got two picks. So maybe
I think what
we,
year is it? 27 or is it this? Not this season. Not
no,
this summer.
it's this year.
Is it this summer? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
So
it's 15 and 43 if I remember correctly.
okay. So we got a first round and a second round.
Hmm.
Yeah. But one thing about Riles, man, he always good at discovering talent and scouting talent. Uh, so I look for them to you know get a nice pick. You know this time around again. So
I hope so, bro.
hopefully we get a center. I don't know who's out there. I don't follow college, basketball
Man,
enough.
everybody talking about that Zach dude from who he played for, Purdue, I think. The big
Oh yeah,
7'4"
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Would Miami take? I'm sure Miami would probably take a chance on him. That's if he falls down to 15. I don't know.
He could he? Because I mean, a big man like that, because he's kind of slow. Like he don't look well. Of course, I didn't watch a whole lot of college basketball either. You
Mm,
know, when I'm thinking of a big man, I want somebody like
mobile,
yeah, mobile,
right?
old boy that played for the Grizzlies. I think his name Jaren Jackson. I want to say his name Jaren
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's
Somebody
Jackson.
like
Yeah.
him, you know what I mean, who can guard, almost guard 1 through 4 like Bam.
Yep. Multiple positions. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I don't know, and I sent you the guy. I don't know his name, but he caught an alley-oop like way. I'm talking about his head was at the rim, and he
Mm.
just dropped it in the go and dropped it in the bucket. I want him. I don't know his name. I don't even know that boy can play basketball. I want him.
You say you want him, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's the type of athletic kind of players we need, man. Because like
Right.
sometimes we just out there, dude. As far as the
Yeah.
Heat, like when we can't buy a bucket, it's we have nothing to get us hype. We and I still hate that we lost Derrick Jones Jr. It's like
Yeah. I
we
miss him a lot. I wish we could have kept him. Honestly, I do because he
because
was great
like
for us.
yeah, man, yeah,
Yeah.
because it was that one game when he had that epic lob from Bam.
Yeah. He basically threw it in.
He threw it in, and it was like that sparked a run. We still lost the game because we were losing big at that point. But that
Right.
sparked, you know what I'm saying, that woke something up
He can
in the
wake
team.
you
Like
up.
you just sometimes you need a player like that. You know what I mean? If you hit a shot or two, if you catch a lob or two, you know what I'm saying? That'll spark
Right.
the team, man. So
Right.
yeah, I'm on what that's why I think at one point Alondas Williams, if he could get it together, he might be
He was
special.
he was a very good college player. I mean, obviously he wasn't good enough to get drafted, but yeah, I looked him up and kid got skills, man. He got skills. And you saw a little glimpse of it in the All Star where they had a little
Hmm. Yeah.
rookie versus the sophomores or something like that.
Hmm.
He did pretty good. He held his own. So
So you did watch the little highlight.
I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was able to see him. I was able to catch him. And yeah, he got skills, man. He got skills. You can see it. I think with Miami's obviously with Miami Heat pedigree and culture, they could definitely bring him along.
Hmm.
I'm looking for him to have a breakout year. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna be next season, but he will be due for one because
Yeah.
I think he's that good. Honestly, I think he's good enough to be in the league and you know to have a home, with the Heat. So I think it's just up to him, as far as like
Mhm.
putting in the work,
I was hoping
stick around.
they would have like him instead of Cole and Cole Switter or Swider, however you say his last name.
Swider, yeah, Swider. I like him all right, but
Yeah, I was hoping like Alondis and RJ Hampton would have had those two contracts. I was kind of sad that they
yeah,
let go that they let go RJ Hampton.
yeah, I felt like they should have gave him more of a chance, but
Hmm.
I guess they didn't have much of a choice, so it was either RJ or Alondas. So, and I think they made the right choice because I felt like originally they should have kept Alondas Williams.
Hmm.
That's just my opinion because, like I said, I looked at him, so I saw him, so I know he got the skills. So I felt like they should have kept him. They probably could have done away with Swider. I mean, but he is
Hmm.
a good shooter. But only problem with him, he's just a spot up shooter.
Yeah.
He's not, you know, he's not out there creating anything.
Nope.
That's the
And
problem.
he'll be easy to guard.
Easy,
Now,
easy.
I know I asked you this a lot of times. I'm gonna put you on the spot. So none of us said anything about Caleb. Would you be okay with Caleb walking, or would you want to resign Caleb?
Mm-mm. Yeah, no. I like Caleb, man. That's my guy. I kind of got obviously I'm holding on to what he did. When we made when Miami made that historic 8 seed run.
Hmm.
To the finals and everything. But you saw there that he had the obviously he got the skills and the potential to be a good player in the league. You doing what he did, especially in that Eastern Conference Finals against Boston. I mean, he could have very easily won that award. What was the award? The player of the game, player of the series, or something like that.
Hmm.
The one that Jimmy wound up winning. But he could have gotten that. He played just that good,
Yeah.
in that series. But he kind of fell off the grid a little bit in the finals. But like I said, it's a big, you know, Denver Nuggets team. So they were just kind of overpowering. It just was too much for Miami. Miami was just too small. But I don't think I want to let them walk. I think Miami should do what needs to be done or what they feel like they can do in order to keep them.
Okay. Everything you said, pretty good. So,
Yeah.
because I was leading up to, I was going to say, yeah, I'm cool with it because Kane, but of course, Kane don't have the playoff experience.
Nope.
Um, so yeah, so okay, so what about this? I mean, I agree with that. He
Mhm.
is there. He probably because he had a fall off. I think he might have been not 100%. He didn't look 100%, I should say.
Probably wasn't.
He didn't look 100%. And his dog wasn't on the court. Like, cause he fed off of Jimmy.
He did. He did.
He fed off of Jimmy energy. He fed off of Jimmy. So I mean, you could see that in the Buck series. You could definitely see it
Mhm.
in the Celtics series.
Yeah, all the way
So
around, all the way across that whole run. That whole
so
run,
I'm
Caleb was right there. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this because we both like Kane. Would you be okay with
Mhm.
Hayward Highsmith taking the ball and then them giving Kane his spot?
Yeah, I can do without Hayward Highsmith, but obviously he's definitely made a jump, from last year and this year.
Hmm.
So remember last year he was basically coming off of the bench, giving you a little spark here, a little spark there. And even the year before, he wasn't really playing much at all because PJ
Mm.
Tucker was on the team at the time.
Yeah.
And PJ Tucker was actually doing his part. But when we lost PJ Tucker, he was one of the first ones to say, "Hey, I can fill the void. You know, you ain't gonna lose much. Yeah, we lost PJ, but trust me, you're gonna see. once I get out there, that I can pretty much do all the things that PJ can do. And he had some good moments, man.
Mm-hmm.
He had some good moments, in the playoffs, regular season, in the finals against Denver. He actually had one or two pretty good games. Shot the three ball pretty well. So, uh, good defender. I seen him pickpocket quite a few little guards. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown,
Mm.
some other players out there, some guards. He's a good defender. He got some quick hands, so he can get his hand. He like to stick his hands in that cookie jar. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I wouldn't want to lose him because obviously he's not a high profile player, so it probably wouldn't matter either way. But I could probably do without him. You know,
I
I
just
could
want
probably
to
do
I just
without
want
him.
to see my boy Kane get some clock, man.
Get some clout.
I
Yeah.
want to see that dude get some clock. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a definitely it's gonna definitely be a off season
Hmm.
to make some changes. Because
Yeah.
we definitely need them. Not a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? Not nothing
Not a
big.
lot.
We
Not
ain't
a
got to
lot.
make a big old splash or nothing like that. We definitely don't have to do like the Suns, go sign two, three, four
No.
players and
No. No. We already saw what that led to nowhere.
a
I
big
always I, I
man.
always think about the it's funny you mentioned the Suns because I always think about uh the Ryan Davis roast when he was getting on Kevin Durant, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
and talking about defense and how he always jumping from team to team and yeah, yeah. So it seemed like
that he does.
yeah, he done jumped around a little bit,
Bro,
but
matter of
every
fact,
every
speaking of jump from team to team, and we already talking about the Heat. Oh, I sent it to you. But what Ocho Cinco said when he talked to KD
Durant,
in Miami. Yeah,
yeah. I had already mentioned to you how I felt like KD would probably want to try to come to Miami, but you had a chance to come to Miami already when you left Brooklyn,
mm-hmm.
and you chose to go to Phoenix. Why? I don't know. Obviously, you got Booker over there. Maybe you saw some over there. Were they fresh off the finals at that time? I think so.
The Suns.
Yeah, they lost to Milwaukee.
Oh yeah, they did.
They lost to the Bucks, and they had Chris Paul there. Remember? Uh, so yeah. So he probably went to Phoenix maybe with the hopes of them still maybe having the same team that they had before, but a lot of guys, wasn't there anymore. So they wasn't the same team. So he went there and it wound up not working out. So
It
it wound
definitely
up not
did.
working out, man. So it's like,
See,
yeah. So who's really the problem? It must be you, KD.
it's the same common denominator, boy. And I feel the same way about James Harden.
Yeah, him too. He another one.
And you talking about, and then it's funny, bro. That's what kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth about Jimmy, man. Because like, okay, I don't get me wrong. Last year was epic. Last year was phenomenal. Even though we fell short
We fell
in the
short. Yeah,
finals.
we fell short.
But after this year, you had to me had a not so good year. I don't want to call it horrible. It was not so great.
It wasn't great. Nope.
You coming off an injury.
Mm-hmm.
We just lose in the first round of the final. You hollering about you want some more money. You want an extension, a max extension.
Max
Now,
at
of
that.
course, let me say, and it could be fake. He probably is just seeking an extension. It might not be max. Of course, that's what I read.
Yeah, that's what's on the internet. So
Yeah, and I think it's just crazy, bro. Because then, same thing with Paul George, same thing with Kawhi Leonard. Y'all had a way better team on paper than we did,
by far,
and y'all definitely underachieved.
Big time.
Because at one
Big
point
time.
when they like, like when they got hot during the regular season, everybody was like, I was like, boy, they just might get this thing.
They could do it. They can do it, man. They was clicking, winning games and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
And y'all, I mean, and y'all so underachieved. And now Paul George and James Harden asking for extra money. Like, bro, don't get me wrong. I wish I could get paid millions of dollars to do what they do. I really do. And of course, us being where we are, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. We had right before we came on, we were just getting back from Costco, and they were displaying the truck that I want. Freaking Chevy, big old, big old pickup truck, the
Pick up. Uh-huh.
Z71,
Hmm.
beautiful truck, $67,000. And it was like I was telling the guy, "Well, I want that truck." And but to get back to my point, like we don't know how it is just to be able to get what you want.
Right.
And these dudes making millions upon millions, and we know at one point, James Harden and no, we're not talking about Kevin Durant. James Harden and PG
Hmm.
um signed max deals, and you want the max again on the opposite side of 30 when you just underachieved as a trio in
Right.
LA. Like when is enough is enough? When is
Yeah.
enough is enough? When it's like, okay, maybe we might need a little bit more help. I mean, maybe you don't
I
want.
don't think the Clippers need any more help than what they already got.
I don't think so either. Like I really don't think so. I don't think the Lakers need anymore. How
No.
many times is this man gonna go ball up a coach, throw him in the trash to get another coach and revamp the team? How many times have they done revamped this team since he's been in LA, bro?
Every team that LeBron has been to, that was always a thing. The only team it didn't work for is the Miami Heat
But
because
he's the culture though. Gilbert Arenas, he's the culture, right? He's the
right,
culture.
right, yeah.
That's
Pat Riley
definitely
was
that's
not
definitely
playing
a
that.
LeBron culture. That's why, and
Right.
he had never say it, and D Wade probably don't even know it. I wish I could ask him, but he probably don't know it either.
Mm.
That's probably the reason. Even though I have my theory about he probably wanted to not play with Chris Bosh no more, but that's what it was. That might have been it too. He
Could have
couldn't
been.
get his way.
He couldn't.
He
He
couldn't get
couldn't.
his way. He
He
wanted
could not.
Spo fired. They didn't
Hmm.
fire him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ended up getting
Right on,
two.
right. I remember the first year there. They were very, there was a lot of tension there. I think it was a little bump. I don't know if you remember when the
That was
timeout
that.
was called.
Yeah, was that the first? That was the first year.
That was the first year. He was walking off the court and Spoelstra was they were kind of in passing and then they kind of nudged shoulders a little bit, but then
Nah,
LeBron just kind of,
he bumped. There
so
wasn't no
you
nudge.
think he bumped him on part? You thought he did
I
it
think he
intentionally?
bumped. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Because if it was intentional, even if you are upset, you're LeBron James, bro, and that's your head coach. He's not even a star head coach. He's just your head coach. You could have been like my bad spoil. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You could have acknowledged it and apologized. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it's LeBron James, and
It's LeBron James,
I
man.
think he was, of course, with the losing, I think he was being a diva, and yeah,
Crybaby.
and
Yeah.
especially with how they lost against the Spurs that last, you know what I'm saying, that last go run,
The
that last
last year
run,
in Miami. Yeah.
go round, I should say, that last go round. Yeah. So yeah, he was probably in his feelings. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was
Yeah.
in his feelings.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like when is enough? When is enough enough? Like you asking for another max? You guys make hundreds of millions of dollars to
A
play a
lot.
kids game. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching basketball. I
Yeah.
still enjoy playing basketball.
Yeah. Here and there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
And it's just like, we do it for free. Like you telling me you gonna pay me hundreds of like, bro, you shouldn't need no more money.
Nah, after
You
you get after that first initial deal, I ain't even gonna lie. After that first initial deal, whether it's 100 million or 200 million, you should be set at that point. I think a lot of people just getting greedy now. It's greed.
because I mean, dude, if you make your money work for you, You know what I'm saying? You should be okay.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
Cause boy, let me,
Look at Tim Duncan.
yeah.
He's kind of like your ideal, prototypical teammate
Hmm.
because he took pay cut after pay cut after pay cut for the San Antonio Spurs just so that he could spread the love with Manu and Tony Parker and probably other players on the team. I don't
Hmm.
know, but obviously, like I say, for me, I feel like once you're a millionaire, you're a millionaire. So if a team offer me uh 20 million and then another team say, you know what, I can up it. I can give you 30, 35. I don't give a damn. You know, I still stay with the 20. I mean, what's 15 more million? Yeah, it's more money, but is that really that much of a difference? To me, it's not that big of a deal.
Especially if it's like, look at UD. I'm pretty sure he probably could have got some more money somewhere, but he wanted to stay with the
Absolutely.
Heat. Like he wanted,
Absolutely.
he a homeboy. You know what I'm saying? He a homeboy for real.
Absolutely.
Like if I was on the Heat, if I was on the Magic, if I was on uh one of the football teams out of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna stay in Florida because yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
want to because you're gonna travel anyway. Every game ain't a home game.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna see the world. I make millions. I can see the world outside of the sport.
Outside of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Facts.
but like yeah, like I was gonna say, like damn Channing Crowder, man, on the Pivot podcast. I love that dude, man. Of course I've never met him, but the way the dude think, like Buddy was counting his money, and he made his money work for him. You know what I'm saying? He would tell you that he know he not. And the funny thing, he always say he know he not gonna make the Hall of Fame, but he's not hurting for money.
Right.
There's Hall of Famers out there that's hurting for money because they didn't do right by their money.
They didn't do right. Yeah.
And dude, like boy, if I could meet that man and pick his brain, oh
Mm.
my God. Oh my God. Like for real. So I don't see why, and back to what we were talking about, I don't see why these dudes, and it just baffles me how you coming off a losing season. Yes, you made the playoffs. How you coming off of so underachieving, so subpar, and you got the audacity to ask for more money.
Boy, I
The
tell
last
you.
thing to me, and not taking anything from Jimmy, because I know I'm pretty sure, because you could see it in that Philadelphia game. PJ was about to make his debut.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
That's
was already rolling. He was already rolling.
and
Trust me, in that first quarter. Yeah.
unfortunately injuries are part of the game, and
Right.
it didn't, of course, it didn't end the way he wanted it to, not the way any of us wanted it to. But if
Wanted it. Yeah.
anything, he should be wanting that extra money to go toward him getting some help,
Another player. Yeah.
knowing
Facts,
knowing
bro.
that he already strapped for cash.
Facts. 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 I really wish they would take a page out of you know that San Antonio Spurs team organization
Hmm.
because like I said, you done made your money, especially someone like him. He's 34, 33, 34. You done made your money. Bam done already got a pretty good deal,
Hmm.
off after his rookie contract. 200 million, somewhere around there. That's good money. That's why he didn't do an extension, but I think he probably wants to try to get more money too. But or maybe he's trying to, leave Miami with flexibility. You know, who
Now
knows which
he,
one
if
it is.
that, I'm hoping it's the latter, and
Yeah,
he definitely will be my favorite player.
yeah,
Um, he already is. He already is my favorite player on the Heat. But
yeah.
yeah, that would be even make me even more a Bam fan. You know what I'm
More of
saying?
a fan. Yeah, yeah. If that were the case, so yeah. So if that is the case, and it doesn't seem like Bam, just seeing how he is, and you know, just seeing his personality and how he is and how he carry himself, he don't seem like he's one of them money grubbing type of players. I don't
He
see
don't
him
seem
as
like it.
that. He don't seem like it. So maybe he might leave them with more flexibility. You know, to possibly get another star. Now I don't know if Jimmy's contract can get restructured in any way because, like I said, he still got 2 years left on his original contract. This is actually an extension year, so this is something actually separate and different. So if there were a case where he could restructure his contract, like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of contracts and stuff like that, but if he could do it, I would hope he would do it. You know, for Caleb Martin's sake, and
Hmm.
hopefully we can get land a player like a PG. Because I can tell you right now, boy, they land him if they can get him. Yeah,
I know we
they
keep saying PG,
back to the
like
finals.
other than PG,
Cause
like
he,
who would you who out there? And I don't know too many free agents. I honestly don't know too many free agents this year. Who would you
there
want to
aren't
see
any. There
other
aren't
than
any.
other than PG?
There aren't any because Donovan is still in the contract.
Hmm.
KD is still in the contract. Um, who else? Who else? What other names they threw out there? Uh, LeBron, of course, he's not under contract. He's always kind of gives himself leverage.
Hmm.
When it comes to these organizations and him not signing long term deals, he always signed like 2, 3 year deals. Miami probably was the longest deal he probably signed. So and he didn't even fulfill that. He left after 4 years. So, um, but yeah, LeBron's name is thrown out there. I wouldn't mind taking LeBron. As crazy as it sounds.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I was about to say, what if on draft night, all these, everybody come off, everybody come off, everybody come off.
mhm,
Number 15 pick come around.
yeah.
The Miami Heat select Bronny James.
uh,
What,
Bronny
what,
James, hey, I
what do
don't know
you
if they
think
would
that would
waste the
mean, bro?
15th pick on him. Honestly, I don't think they would do it because I don't think right now Bronny is ready for the NBA yet, just yet. Um, but I think with Miami, obviously the Miami culture and him, coming up under, a lot of the Miami Heat guys and the whole organization and everything, I think they can mold him and have him probably or possibly ready,
Mm,
after a year or two, to be ready to go. But right now, from what I see from him, I don't know. I don't know if he's worth the 15th pick. He might be that 43rd pick, you know,
yeah, I
maybe
doubt
that
he
one.
fall. I doubt he fall that far, 43rd, because I can see.
So you see him going in the first round.
Nah, I mean, for a desperate team, because I was just thinking about the Detroit Pistons, Trailblazers, because LeBron said he did want to play with his son. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if the Lakers don't have a earlier pick and pick him just to secure Braun,
Mm-hmm. I don't
I
think they
see
would do it
some. I think somebody else might do that, bro. Like I say, like a bottom feeder team, Charlotte,
just to get LeBron, basically, just to
just
land
to
him.
get. I think so, just to get a shot at LeBron.
Yeah, hey man, I think LeBron at this stage in his career, I think he probably wouldn't mind because I think honestly he should be probably playing. He should play just to play at this point in his career. Obviously, you're chasing the ghost that you're
Hmm.
never gonna get. You're never gonna catch him. Just
Just
give it up.
stop. Just
Just
stop.
stop. Just give it up, man. Just give it up and just enjoy. You know your last however many years you think he could play. I think he can still play another 2 or 3 years. How he's been playing. I think and it's crazy and it's crazy how it sounds, but yeah, I think he could play another 3 years, effective years. But let those years be just like just you just go out there, you play, and you're having a good time, and you're just enjoying your teammates and just enjoying life.
And
Because
you never know, he just might start winning again. Like I'm talking about seriously winning. He might just go out there because all of that stuff I'm seeing, bro, from him, that flopping and complaining and jumping
the
up and down
crying,
like a little
yeah,
kid, bro.
yeah.
It's pathetic. for somebody to be of his
Someone
caliber
his
of player,
caliber, yeah, facts,
it's pathetic.
facts, facts, bro.
And that's
I hate seeing it. Honestly,
and that's
I hate
why
seeing
after and then because we used to talk about me and you, of course, long time ago, we used to talk about what if Embiid and Embiid came to Miami. But after seeing
it.
that series against New York, how he acted, man,
Mhm.
that was horrible to me.
Horrible.
A big ass grown man. I just can't see. I don't like to see a man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a man that cry, but crying and whining to me is two different things.
Two different things. Facts. Totally different.
Because we saw it. I mean, hell, we saw it when and I always say when we talked about the first championship D Wade won, in Miami with Shaq. I honestly believe if Alonzo Mourning wasn't on that team, that they probably would have went to a game seven. They probably would have went to
Mhm.
game seven because if you remember, Gary Payton got fouled or whatever. He turned to complain to the ref,
Mhm.
and Jason Terry went to the goal. Jason Terry or somebody. It was
I think it was Terry. I think that sound right. Yeah.
because
Or
he
maybe it was
because
or the McDaniels. I don't know
it,
who it
yeah,
was.
it was one of them. Terry or McDaniels went to the goal, and luckily Lonzo was there to block the shot.
To block it. He damn near broke his neck though. It flipped
Yeah,
over.
yeah, and he like on the ground doing what he do. It's
Yeah.
like, and I'm pretty sure he was telling Gary Payton play the damn game.
Play, man. Play.
Because yeah, if okay, some calls are going to get you play in the NBA. Some calls are going to get missed.
Yeah.
Some of the calls are just not going to get made because we know money make the world go round. God,
Hmm.
keep playing the game, bro.
You got to keep
Like,
playing.
yeah, man, all of that whining, I just, I hate it, bro. I hate it as a big grown man. Like, I'm talking about you, and I'm just what 5'10" on a
Yeah.
good day. You talking about somebody 6'8", 6'9", 7'2", crying, flopping around on the floor
Ryan,
because somebody didn't blow a whistle.
if someone missed a call, come on, man.
And
Come on, man.
we know what time it is. We know what time it is. If you supposed to win that night, you gonna win that night.
You
Believe
gonna
you
win.
me. But on them other nights where it's just not your team's night, quote unquote,
Right.
your team's night. Man,
Hmm.
you better you if he ain't blow the whistle, make him blow the damn whistle.
You got to force it. Yeah. You got to force it, bro. You have to force it. So, yeah, man. So, hey, I, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't mind, bringing them on, but if I were to choose between the four, of course, you already know my choice is Paul George because he's actually a free agent. So we won't have to
Mhm.
trade to get him, to land him. We literally could just grab him just, because he wants to come here. But other guys, we
Does
would
he?
have to trade players to get him.
You say Paul George want to come to Miami? I
No,
didn't
no,
see
I said
that.
if he wanted to
Oh,
come,
oh, okay, okay.
I don't know if
Boy,
he
you
does or
almost
if he
had me
doesn't.
happy, boy.
But I,
Golly.
I know I don't know if he does, if he doesn't, we don't know, what he's saying behind closed doors, but I I, I wouldn't doubt it, If I'm over there in LA, obviously I spent like 2 or 3 years in LA. Kawhi just can't seem to, stay healthy or play or whatever you want to call it. And then, y'all had some good seasons, but just
Hmm.
can't get over the hump. So
But
it's like, what
the
do you
one
do?
thing, the one thing I did hear somebody, sorry for, didn't mean to interrupt you, but the one thing I did hear somebody say, referring to Paul George in his off season, it's either his mom or his grandmother that's,
Mm.
might not be doing so well, you know what I mean? So he's closer to that person in LA. So that might be the main reason he stays.
Why he
You
would
know what I'm
stay?
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be the main reason he stays. But I threw this dude name out before, and I believe he's a free agent, and he'll be a lot cheaper. DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. Would we have to trade, or would Miami have to trade to get him
I
or
don't think
send
I
it?
got to look it up. I can't remember if he's
I don't know his contract situation, but yeah, yeah, I don't know his contract situation, but
well, I know
I
he'll be
think they will
cheaper.
have to trade for him. I believe. Yeah, yeah. So, hmm. um, we didn't even really touch up on the OKC Dallas series. Um, we didn't talk much about that one. Um, I feel like that could be a 7 game series also. Obviously, you can't base
Yeah,
anything off of one game, but um,
and then who OKC won that first game, right?
yeah, they did. They won. Yep, in pretty convincing fashion. So uh, SGA man, he does what he does. So he out there just killing them boys. So um,
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. DeMar DeRozan and impeding unrestricted free agent
okay,
was reportedly offered a 2-year contract recently that could pay him as much as 40 million by the Bulls.
okay.
So
So
yeah, here
he got 2 more years.
no, he was offered
One.
that.
Oh, he was
He's a
offered
free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent this year.
unrestricted. Okay, well if he's
Yeah,
unrestricted, then yeah, I definitely take a stab at him. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah,
because
why
if
not?
he just, you know what I'm saying, if he's considering that 2-year 40 million from the Bulls, and you see we just mollywop them,
Mm,
I'm pretty sure he'll take that from the Heat.
yeah,
And we went
yeah.
out and if Paul George is asking for the max from LA, I just think he's going to want max money. That's just me. I think he would want max money.
Well, yeah. If he's looking for max money, then no. Obviously, Miami's probably not going to be the place for him. But if DeRozan, yeah, if DeRozan is one of those guys that will probably be okay with a 2 year, 40, 50 million, something like that. Yeah, sure, absolutely, definitely rock with
I
that.
mean because
I
then
can
we
get
could
jiggy with
probably
that.
yeah, but then
Mhm.
we could probably keep everybody we got. You know what I'm saying? But of
Right.
course, like I can see Rozier, however you want to put it, Rozier, either Jimmy DeRozan or DeRozan Jimmy,
Mhm.
Bryant and Bam. That's the five.
Yeah, I like that.
You gonna have to. You are going to have to implement one of those bigs. And if we keep
Yeah.
O Robinson, I say if Dwight want to come to Miami, I'm sorry, bye bye, Orlando. Might even say bye bye to dang
For
on
one,
Kevin
for
Love
one,
too.
for 1 year, 1 to 2 years, possibly. You really
Yeah,
trying to get rid of Orlando?
man, I send him back to the G League, let him get a little bit more because he's a stiff type of player too. He
Yeah, he
can
kind
he
of stiff.
can he can hit the three ball a little bit, but he's a young Al Horford. Al Horford plays stiff,
Yeah,
but of course Al Horford is old. That's why I say the
yeah,
Orlando
he's
Robinson is a
definitely
young,
older.
yeah.
Right.
He's a young Al Horford, so he gotta, what I'm saying,
Yeah, he got
gotta
to work
loosen
on
up.
his footwork
Yeah,
and his mobility. Yeah, yeah,
and I mean, I ain't saying keep him now, because Dwight Howard old himself. So I mean, I say about a good 2 years out of Dwight. If Orlando just so happened to still be, hanging around, not
around.
signed by nobody,
Yeah,
go
can bring him
ahead.
back. Yeah,
But funny thing, saying that, I don't know why. I can see for whatever reason, I don't know why they jumped in my head. I can see the Spurs giving Orlando Robinson a shot.
I see it too. Absolutely, absolutely. I can see that. Greg Popovich. His Spurs system. Yeah,
It's
they
funny
like
we still
bigs.
saying it's funny we still saying Greg Popovich at his age.
I know, right? That boy's still kicking, man. Still kicking, still doing his thing. Obviously you gotta love coaching to be even coaching at his age. You know,
Definitely,
but don't get
dude.
me wrong. You done had some old coaches, before. So, but yeah, to be coaching, especially a bad team. You know, most guys that still coach at an older age, usually they still have a pretty good team. But Spurs, they're not going anywhere. I wouldn't say anytime soon unless they make some drastic, changes.
Because they just added Wemby. They got a young, pretty good team.
Yeah.
They could probably use a veteran or two.
Absolutely.
Or just keep building it up
Or keep
like
building.
Minnesota. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can.
Who knows what they might get out of the draft this year. You know what
You
I mean?
can. But like I said, you just know it's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing. It's definitely not gonna happen in a few seasons. You looking at more like 5 seasons.
And if you want to take a stab at it, somebody else who's who I keep saying NBA players who need a new team, not DeMar DeRozan. Of course, you know what team I want him to be on. Zach LaVine.
Mm-mm. Boy, the more I think about Zach LaVine, the more I feel like this kid might find himself out of the dang on NBA. It's crazy that I think that or that I'm saying it, but I mean, obviously he has a horrendous contract,
Mm-hmm.
with the Bulls that I'm sure they're trying to obviously get off their hands, put it in
Mm-hmm.
somebody else's hands, some other team's hands, but I don't think nobody's really trying to bite off of that. So I'm not saying he's not good enough to be in the league, but I'll just say his contract situation is not very. It's not the best. It's not the best contract,
Mm-hmm.
out there
Yeah,
for a guy
because
who is not really playing that much. He's injured quite a bit, So yeah,
one thing is with the way his style of play to because of course he's still a slasher. He just one of the best dunkers the game has ever seen.
yeah,
Even though I
yeah,
still feel like they robbed my boy Aaron Gordon that one year. He and Aaron
yeah.
Gordon was going up against each other, but
They was going at it. They was going at it, but yeah,
I
you could
still
have went. I think you could have went either way.
I
But
still
yeah,
feel like Aaron beat him. But
yeah,
the way he
yeah,
plays to save his career a little bit, he can probably rejuvenate Steph. You know what I'm saying? Because he can hit the three. He can hit the three ball really good, really well.
yeah.
I see.
So you mean
Every
maybe swapping Clay and another
maybe
player?
maybe adding them to the mix. Because I don't think Chris Paul gonna be there next year.
You don't. I don't think so. I know he wants to win a ring. I know he said that, but he ain't doing it with them.
Yeah, not he definitely not doing it. I feel bad. I mean, I wish he could have got one. But it's unfortunate that's part of it. It's been a lot of players that hasn't tasted
That hasn't won.
yeah
Yeah,
tasted that sweet victory.
yeah.
Yeah, but it definitely won't be Golden State because they just getting older.
Yeah,
Um,
I think their window's closed unless they can, like you say, make some moves and try to improve the team. But at this point,
because they
who?
still got two monsters they got to get past.
Yeah,
Minnesota and Denver. Like right now, the West belongs to Minnesota and Denver. And of course, yeah, we
and
just
OKC. Don't forget them young
yeah,
boys.
and
Them young
OKC.
boys over there too.
Because I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
keep forgetting about them, and of course, the fact that Minnesota really hasn't won anything yet. They just have the champions down 2-0. So um, the West is definitely going to be interesting.
Mm,
That's why I thought it was dumb for LeBron to even go out there because the West is always stacked.
right. Yeah.
But he chose
Yeah.
that. And, you know, let him keep pissing and moaning and whining about them foul calls. You could have had it. You would have had it better if you had stayed in Miami, or if you had
Mm,
stayed in Cleveland.
yeah. 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 Hmm.
But bro, him, I think we'll
Until
get
the
at
next
we'll
time,
till next time. This is J and K. Y'all don't press play.
let's play.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.